And welcome back to Off the Bench. We're now going to jump into the most important block, I would have to say, which is NFL football. First topic, Monday Night Football. The Cowboys defeat the Redskins last night without scoring a touchdown. I mean, their kicker basically won the game for them. What does this say about the Cowboys, and what does this say about the Redskins, who were undefeated coming into this game, Alex?
Well, it shows a lot of toughness from the Cowboys, which is something we don't usually associate with Dallas. We usually see them collapsing in games. This time they're pulling it off. I mean, all the injuries to Romo, to the offensive line being in disarray.
Daz Brown was banged up.
Right, a lot of toughness from Dallas. Washington, that's the Washington team I know. That's who I thought they would be coming into the year. So, Grossman struggled. The running game wasn't going. So that was my thoughts.
Yeah, and for a game to be just determined by field goals is really, it's a defensive game, clearly, but something had to give, and I was expecting Rex Grossman. They were so hot coming into this game, which was a rivalry game. I was expecting at some points a little bit of a high-scoring game. Romo was banged up. D'Angelo Hall never got the hit that he said he was going to get. Romo was kind of fairly protected. He protected himself, would hit the ground if he was getting blitzed and so forth, but it's just kind of shocking to see that they won without a touchdown. Jim, what do you think about this Monday Night Football game last night?
A win's a win.
A win is a win.
Cowboys, they found a way to win. That's all fine and dandy. But I think the Redskins are better than a lot of people expected despite this loss. Mm-hmm. I don't think many people expected them to be the Redskins that they are. And despite this loss, I think they've proven a lot of people wrong.
Yeah, they had actually a local rapper, Wale, who had went on ESPN First Take and was battling Skip Bayless about the Redskins. He was clearly overhyping the thing that was going on with the Redskins. I was shocked that they were undefeated coming to the night. They have a relatively easy schedule going on for the rest of the year, even though they are in a tough division there. But I kind of had to think that the Cowboys were going to win this one anyway, even though that Tony Romo was banged up, because he had a gutsy performance coming in last week. Daz Brown, they didn't know if he was going to go. The defense just was the main factor in this game, and their kicker, who games really shouldn't fall on the whole shoulders of the kicker, he clearly showed up, earned his contract, earned his money last night. So it was a good victory in Dallas Stadium.
And a rookie kicker.
A rookie kicker
less,
like that. And I was watching the show, they don't put that much value, teams don't put that much value into picking kickers and so on, but this shows that you need to pay attention to that.
Exactly.
Next topic now. What was the most shocking moment this past week in the NFL, Alex?
The only thing more shocking than Washington being 2-0 is the Bills upsetting the Patriots.
Yes.
Where did that come from? It's 21-0 late in the second quarter.
I
flip the game off. I think it's over. I come back and it's a tie game, and then I see Buffalo winning it. Just another gritty performance from Buffalo, like Dallas, where they're able to play hard. They don't quit. And Fitzpatrick, Fred Jackson, a lot of weapons in Buffalo.
No one picked them. Now, there were one or two in the conference going into this game. I don't think no one really picked the Buffalo Bills except people in Buffalo.
I'm not sure if Buffalo fans picked Buffalo.
And then when it was a 21-0 score and Buffalo to come back, win it on the field. Jen, what do you think about this gutsy win by Buffalo?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
21-0 lead or deficit to come back and win it.
With Tom Brady.
The 4 interceptions, I don't know.
That's what I said. There was just no way, because I didn't get to watch the game, because I usually get to watch. I got DirecTV, so I get to watch every NFL game. But I was at home this weekend, so I didn't get to watch this specific one. And when I heard that Buffalo one, I'm like, no, you're lying. You're kidding me. I still didn't believe the person. I had to go, turn on ESPN, get on ESPN.com, and really find out for myself. And when I found out they were up 21, I just put a cherry on top, because I love to see New England lose. I love to see Tom Brady upset.
And it just shows if you can force turnovers, no matter who you're playing, you can win.
Yeah, he only threw 4 interceptions total last year, and to throw 4 in a game, that's big for the Buffalo Bills defense. All right, next topic. What team in the NFL had the highest expectation coming into the season, but now are kind of looking a little bummish, a little sorry that needs to pick it up?
I'm going to go with the Jets. AFC Championship the last 2 years, and they're really struggling now in the trenches. They can't stop the run. Darren McFadden ran all over him last week. They can't get any running game going. Sean Green's not playing to the level that the Jets fans are used to. They're just really struggling right now, putting a lot of pressure on Mark Sanchez.
Yeah, they really are, and he had the broken nose or something now. Darren Woodson ran all over this Rex defense, who's supposed to be one of the toughest defense in the NFL. For a guy to put up those type of numbers on your defense, it's crazy, and I didn't expect the Raiders to do that. And then they play New England next week, and New England doesn't have a defense, so if they could apply that same game plan, I think New England may be upset for 2 weeks in a row, but like you said, the Jets are struggling. They need to get things put together because they're in a tough division. Jen, what team is kind of not living up to their expectations?
Now, I'm all about my Philly teams.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have to go with the Eagles in this one.
Okay.
They had the nickname Dream Team in the beginning. Now with their 1-2 record, it's just they're not living up to expectations.
Yeah.
They have no identity on defense,
Nope.
and until they pick it up at that end, I think it's just going to be
And they
good.
have to protect Michael Vick. Their O-line has been sorry right now. I mean, it's been 2 weeks now that he suffered an injury. If you can't protect the most paid player on the team and the best player clearly on that offense, there's no way that Vince Young or Kafka is going to be able to get it done for this Eagles team, and they're definitely not living up to their expectation. I do agree. But I picked the Minnesota Vikings, who still haven't won a game. I mean, they paid Adrian Peterson so much money in the offseason. They picked up Donovan McNabb. I mean, things started to look good for this Minnesota Vikings team, and then for them to drop, I mean, they're getting the leads on teams and still losing. It's just like, what is going on? They were up, I believe, 21 points. Yes. They didn't give AP the ball at all. You think you could pound the game away with their big back, but it just didn't happen for Minnesota.
5 carries in the second half for Adrian Peterson with a 20-0 lead. That is ridiculous.
5 carries, that's just not enough. You got to feed that work. He's a workhorse. He's that type of back who you could give it to 2 to 3 times a drive, but clearly wasn't the case. I don't know what's going on with the Vikings. Got to get it together. Next topic, Vic bruised his hand after another just rough week. So what do you think this, because he takes a lot of licks compared to a lot of other quarterbacks, so do you think that it's just his O-line not protecting him or the refs just not calling enough flags, because he does take a lot of hits? Alex, what is it?
Well, like Jen said, the offensive line is in shambles right now. The only returning starter from last year was Jason Peters. They have new players and new possessions everywhere.
Yeah.
In terms of the ref, I don't buy it, because I saw Rachel Nichols on ESPN had a report saying the Vicks had more roughing the passer calls than anyone else in the NFC. So, and one thing to consider is, as a runner, the rules don't apply the same as the pocket.
If you get out that pocket,
right? If you can defend yourself, then you're allowed helmet-to-helmet contact, things of that nature. So I don't buy what Vic's.
I think they really kind of brought attention or a spotlight to Mike Vick was just that hit that he took in that Giants game after he released the ball. He got hit up under the chin, and he didn't get a call. Anyone, I mean, that's just blatant. It's clear to the refs that they should have threw that. I'm not sure why he didn't get that call, but I mean, they got to start paying attention to that, and I think he brought attention to that now in this post-game conference. Jen, what do you think about this? Are the refs not calling enough penalties for Vic, or is it his O-line who needs to protect him more?
I think the line needs to do a better job. They won't score if he's on the ground.
No.
But I also think that he holds the ball a lot longer than he should.
Yeah.
I think he doesn't release quick enough, and that gives defense more time to attack him.
Yeah, that's how he creates those big plays to his speedy route receivers on the outside, giving them a little more time to beat the corners. Him and Ben Roethlisberger are the same in that kind of category when they hold on to the ball a little too long. So O-line got to give him time. You got to protect him then. I mean, he's a high-value asset on your team, and without him, your wins are very slim.
But like Jen said, when you have a bad offensive line, that internal clock has to be a little bit quicker.
A little faster. Your release has to be a little quicker. I mean, Peyton Manning has the quickest release in the game, and he was comparing himself to Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. I mean, but you're not them. He's still a superstar, but just start releasing the ball, man. Take care of yourself. We're going to shoot to our last commercial break. We'll be right back with the wrap-up. Don't go far. You're watching OTB, baby.
Future through the Clarion University's Eagle Ambassadors. Be one of select group of students who work side by side with university administrators and prominent alumni to advance Clarion University through exclusive projects, fundraising, honorary dinners, and many other opportunities for service and leadership. Eagle Ambassadors is an excellent addition to your resume, as well as an opportunity to increase your involvement on campus and in the community. To get involved, contact us at eambassadors@clarion.edu or call 814-393-1780. Reflect Clarion University's commitment to excellence and show your Golden Eagle pride.
Can't find your notebook? Running low on number 2s? Need an extra energy boost for finals? Kling & Smith's Neighborly Drugstore has all the school supplies, food, and beverages you'll need to get through the semester. From pens and paper to drinks and quick snacks, Kling & Smith's has what you're looking for at the right price and location, right near campus. And with the recent expansion, the selections are endless. Kling & Smith's Neighborly Drugstore, every student's one-stop shop.
Breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Clarion Holiday Inn's Fairway Restaurant is the perfect place to enjoy casual dining at affordable prices. The comfortable, inviting atmosphere at the Fairway Restaurant creates the perfect dining experience. Choose from a delectable new menu filled with classic American cuisine. Take a break from your workday with great lunch specials from 11 to 2. Save time by calling ahead to have your lunch order ready for quick pickup or in-house dining. Fairway Restaurant at Clarion Holiday Inn.
And welcome back to Off the Bench. We're now going to jump into the wrap-up. You know the deal if you watch the show. First off, highlights of the week. Alex, what's your highlight?
It has to be Mike Wallace's 81-yard touchdown. I love this play. It's just how you beat a cover two. They stack Ward and Wallace so Wallace can get a free release. They run play action to suck the linebackers up, and then they attack the middle of the field on a post route by Wallace. Just the perfect way to beat the cover two.
He's on the record right now. He has a record of what, most consecutive 100-yard receiving.
I think it's like 6 or 7, something ridiculous like that.
It's crazy. I mean, the Ben to Wallace connection is just.
And it's only going to get better.
Every game you could just expect for that long. When Ben goes deep, I know that he's going for
It's not
Wallace.
going to Hines Ward. It's going to Mike Wallace.
It's going to Mike Wallace. And he's the fastest player on any given Sunday on the field. I mean, who's going to watch him? I don't know. Jim, what was your highlight of the week?
I went with the Georgia Tech North Carolina game.
Yeah,
Stephen Hill climbed the invisible ladder, yanked it down with one hand. Very impressive catch.
It seems like wide receivers in college now are just getting better and better each year. It's just crazy. I mean, if I'm the defensive back, I mean, you got to start playing basketball. You got to start doing something because these wide receivers are jumping out of the stadium these days. So
there was no way I was going to jump that high, so I'm very impressed by that catch.
Yes.
So that's actually a nice transition for my highlight of the week, which came at the Arizona Cardinal game versus the Seahawks. I mean, Larry Fitzgerald, one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. Just take a look at this highlight with me. I mean, Cobb just scrambling around. He throws it up over 2 defenders. He's able to catch the ball. I mean, how embarrassing is that? Like, me and you are both here on one wide receiver, but yet he's still able to pull it down. I mean, the coach would have had to tear me a new one, walking into the huddle like one of you guys couldn't hit him, get a pass interference, something. I mean, it's just ridiculous what he does to these DBs every week. We're now going to get into the oh-man moment of the week. Alex, what was your man moment?
Has to be the Oklahoma State Texas A&M game. Justin Blackman, easy pitch and catch for a touchdown. He's going to walk into the end zone, drops the ball, goes out of the end zone for a touchback. You know, all the fans are saying, "Oh man!"
Like, "Oh man," literally, "Oh man." Jim, what was your "oh man" moment?
I agree with Alex. I went with the Texas A&M Oklahoma State game. They're leading all game, huge game, and then they just let it go.
Oklahoma State wanted it more.
Yep.
We picked them going into that game actually, but I knew Texas A&M defense was really good. But I'm happy to see that.
It was a good game, though.
Yeah, it was a good game. My all-man moment came on the behalf of Tom Brady, pretty boy Tom Brady. He threw 4 interceptions. It was just lovely to see. He also had 4 touchdowns, but I was happy to see the 4 interceptions. Not 1, not 2, 3, 4. I'm like, whoa. I mean, you can't expect to win a game like that, like, at all.
Right, very surprising.
And I was just so happy that it came on New England, who's always a competitor for the Steelers in the AFC. So hopefully they just continue to do bad. So I'll keep throwing interceptions for me, okay? All right, now we're going to give you guys something to watch for this upcoming week. Alex, what to watch for?
I know it's going to be tough, but Pirates fans, please watch the last 2 games. There's one right after the show.
I actually went to this last home game when they played the
The last game is tomorrow. I know it was a tough year, but they played better than anyone expected them to, so go out and watch the last 2 games because you're going to miss baseball. You will. You don't think so now.
It'll be right back around the corner. Yeah. Baseball season's like year-round. Jen, what to watch for?
I'm going with the Bills. And I'm also going with the Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
Both of these teams are
still
having very impressive seasons so far, and it will be the first time they get in the playoffs in
who knows how long.
I don't even know
I think it was in like 2008 the Bills started off kind of like this, and they blew the whole season. So cross your fingers, Buffalo fans, because you never know what can happen. But Ryan Fitzpatrick's been hot. So my game that I have to tell you guys to watch for is the Pitt versus South Florida, the rivals. That should be a good one. It's a Thursday night game, so everyone tune in for that. That's going to do it for another episode of Off the Bench. Remember to follow us on Facebook at Facebook/Off the Bench. Alex, got any last words?
I just hope the Steelers' offensive line can protect better than they did last week. That's my prayer for the week.
Jen, any last words for?
Go Eagles.
We're Pittsburgh and Philly natives, clearly. That's going to do it for here Off the Bench. I'm your host, Dom Walker. Just remember to get off the bench and get in the game, all right?